Hi, and welcome to this OPSRC Google Classroom training video. In the previous video, we walked through just the general navigation, layout, and functions of Google Classroom, and that was part one of this video series. Here in part two, I'm going to show you how to assign things to your students, create assignment, and then I'm going to show you what the student view looks like and kind of how some of this works, and then I'll show you a little bit about how to grade the assignment and return it to the student. So we're going to start here. You notice I'm already in my Google Classroom, and I've been teaching Algebra 1. And so at the bottom of my bottom right hand corner of my screen, I've got this plus button. If I click on that, and then I click on Create Assignment, I can title my assignment here. So I'm going to name it New Algebra Assignment for Video. In the instructions, I'm going to add a couple of files here. So what I want to do is I'm going to tell people, or my students, to please look over the PDF and then write 3 paragraphs in the Google Doc. I can set a due date. I'm going to say that it's due on Monday. And so once I select a date, I can click on Assign if I just wanted to assign it, but I need to add files. And my files are in Google Drive, so I'm going to go ahead and click on the Google Drive icon here, attach from Google Drive, and then I'm going to navigate to where my files are. So in my drive, I'm going to sort by name. I have a couple shared folders here, so I'm going to navigate all the way down to where my folders are. Okay. Classroom. So I have a couple of documents here. One is a Google Doc and one is a PDF. So I'm going to select both of those and I'm going to add those. Now you can see when I add an attachment, it gives me some options over here to the right. So I can say students can view the file. I can say the students can edit the file, and I can make a copy for each student. So let's walk through this. If they can view the file, they can only look at the file. They can't actually make any changes. They can't do any writing in the document. If I say the students can edit the file, that means all of the students can edit the same exact file. So that means we're collaborating on a document. We're all typing in the same document. What's really cool about Google Classroom, if your kids have devices, especially Chrome devices, I can make a copy for each student. So that's the option I'm going to choose now. Once I make a copy for each student, then it's going to copy that file and put it in their drive. So now that that's selected, I'm going to go ahead and click Assign. So now it's assigned it, and you can see here at the top of my stream, I've got New Algebra Assignment for Video. And you can see I've got an algebra document number 2, that's a Google Doc, and it says each student will get a copy, and then I've got a copy of the Algebra Chapter 1. Each student's going to get a copy of that. So if I'm a student, what does this look like? So I'm going to flip over to a different window here where I am logged in as a student, and I'm just going to walk you through it. What does the student see? So here I'm in as a student, and you can see that I have a few assignments due, and here due Monday is a new algebra assignment video for video. So that's the one we had. So I'm actually going to go ahead and open up the classroom. As a student, you can see I am Burton Trout, the student, and you can see new assignment for video. I'm going to click on that. So here I can see the instructions that the teacher gave. Please look over the PDF and write 3 paragraphs in the Google Doc. Now it's telling me work on your assignment. On this page you can view or add files to your assignment before turning in. Great. So I'm going to close that out. As a kid now, what I can do is I can click on this PDF and open it up, and I could look through this and read it and see what the teacher wanted me to view, and then I can put the answers in this Google Doc. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Google Doc. That this one's mine. You can see it attached my name to it. And so what's really cool is, let's say that I said give me 3 paragraphs after you read the chapter telling me what you learned. So I can paste in 3 three paragraphs. It's kind of nonsense here. I'm just copying and pasting. And so if I go up here to the top right-hand corner, you can see I have turn in, comments, or share. I can actually click turn in and turn this in back to the teacher right now. I'm going to wait on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, since all changes have been saved, I'm going to close this out. So one of the things that I can do for this work is now I can add files. So if there are things that maybe you assigned research, and so along with the three paragraphs, you're going to have to go online and find a few images to go with the assignment that explain it, or find a couple of different files, or maybe they have a Word document. They could attach those here, links or files or things from Google Drive. They could also create a doc. So maybe you didn't create documents for each student. You didn't give them a Google Doc to work out of. Well, you could just use this to. They could just use this to create a doc, put in the information that you're requesting, or a slideshow, or a spreadsheet, and then attach it to this. And then when they're done, they can hit turn in. So I'm going to turn in. Click turn in. So now your assignment has been turned in. So since I am I'm done here with Burton, I'm going to go back home, and you can see if I go to the stream, you can see it's marked it done. I can open it and look at it, but I've marked that as done. So I'm going to close out his view, and then I'm back here as a teacher. So you can see now I have one assignment done and 9 that aren't done. So if I click on the one that's done, if I come in here, you can see I have his work. It's got his name, 2 attachments, so I can click on that. It opens it up. It shows me his 2 attachments. I can read his Google Doc just by clicking on it. You can see the nonsense that we entered. I can highlight it and comment on it and put in information. I can mark it up. And then when I'm done, if I close it out, I could go ahead and add a grade to it. So I could say 100. And then if I was doing this to multiple students, I could return this to multiple students. I can also email the selected student, so I could say, oh, hey, you missed this piece of the assignment. Can you go back and fill this in? But I've selected the person who's done, and I'm going to go ahead and hit return. And I can give a private comment to that student. So I can say, hey, great job. And then I can hit return. Now that student has the work returned to them. And if they were to go back and open it up, they would actually see my comments, and they can comment back and forth. We can have a conversation about their assignment. So maybe if they don't understand why they got the grade they did, or they want to know exactly what you thought about something, you can have a conversation about this specific assignment right here. You notice as all my students are done, as they finish, I can go through here and I can add grades for every one of them, and I can even change the total amount of points that I want it to be worth. And then when I'm done, what's really cool is I can come over here to the cogwheel. I can click on that, and I can download all the grades, or download these grades from this assignment as a CSV, which is a spreadsheet, or I can download all the grades from my class as a CSV. So if I grade a bunch of assignments and then I want to enter them in my gradebook, if your school's student information system allows you to import grades, then you could actually download all of these and then import them into your student information system, and then you wouldn't have to worry about entering them in 2 places. You can also copy all these grades to a Google Sheet, and then with a Google Sheet you can make some nice charts and graphs about the progress of your students and show their work. So that is assigning things in Google Drive. And so once again, it doesn't have to be a Google Doc, it doesn't have to be a PDF, it could be YouTube videos. Watch this video and create a slideshow in response to it, however you want to do it. But it's what's really great about Google Classroom is that when I add an assignment, it's really easy for me to copy all those files and give them to my children. And if my kids have Chrome devices and they've got offline storage turned on, then what that means for me is it means that I don't have to worry about kids making excuses about, oh, I don't have that file, I can't do the work. With Chromebooks, even without the internet, you can still do the work if they've got that offline access on and you're assigning during the day while they're on school Wi-Fi. So great tool, and that is how you create an assignment and then grade the assignments. Hope this video helped. It'll probably be a third piece, and we're going to talk about different strategies in the next video, in different examples and some creative ways and creative assignments and things we can do in Google Classroom. Hope this video helped.